today. Back again with another video for you guys. And today we're going to be doing my full review of the Bluedio BS3. Now, I've been using this for a little bit, and I think I got a handle on everything I want to cover for you guys for this full review. So without further ado, here we go. Now, the first thing I want to talk about with you guys is the overall build quality and design of this Bluetooth speaker here. Now, from a build quality standpoint, I must say that this guy was constructed quite well indeed. There's no rattling, there's no creaking of any kind, and the buttons are very tactile and clicky. So as you can see, they have a nice little tactile click to them. So there's never any problems about knowing what you're clicking, and everything is nicely labeled, so you never have a problem with knowing what you're doing with this guy. So build quality wise, this is built quite well indeed. Now, from a design standpoint, this is a very straightforward, clean, and simple design, and it actually looks really good. Now, that being said, I think I should have went with another color, because although I've had this for a little bit, I thought this color would grow on me. At first I was kind of liking it, but now I'm not really feeling the color. It kind of stands out a lot, and I'm not one for standing out. So, but overall the color is nice, but I don't really like it as much as I initially did. So I kind of feel like I should have went for a different color, but it is what it is. But overall, the design on this guy is really good as well. Very clean, very straightforward. I'm liking the design. Now next, let's talk about the core features in this guy. Now, okay, y'all already know. Number one, and one of the most important core features, is that it has Bluetooth functionality in it. This guy in particular has Bluetooth technology 4.1 in it. So that's the latest version of Bluetooth. Well, almost the latest version. I think the latest one is 4.2, but almost the latest version. So it has Bluetooth technology 4.1 in it. And yeah, it has a built-in mic in it, so you can make and receive phone calls. And yeah, it has 3D sound in it, which is supposed to make the sound that much better. And you have a built-in battery in it. I couldn't find the battery stats. And you have an aux cable. So yeah, no matter what you do, as long as you have the aux cable, you should be good to go. So yeah, that pretty much covers the core features of this guy. Now moving on, let's talk about the overall sound quality and the volume of this guy, and y'all will get a little demonstration later after I go over the steps to pair. But sound quality wise, I would have to say that the sound quality in this guy is pretty good. It really is very crisp and clear throughout, regardless of whether you have it on the low or high volumes. It's very crisp and clear, and there's no popping on any end of the volume spectrum. So the sound quality is pretty good. Now, in terms of volume, it gets quite loud indeed. But that being said, I really noticed that you really have to crank it over 30% before it gets loud enough. You know what I'm saying? So if it's below 30, it's almost going to be almost inaudible. And I found that I really had to crank it above 30 to, before it sounds audible. So that's the downside here. But it is what it is. We all know none of these things is perfect, because everything's subject to error, human error, manufacturing errors. You know how it is. But that being said, if you crank the volume, it does get quite loud, and it stays very crisp and clear throughout. So the sound quality and the volume on this is pretty good. Pretty good. Not the best, but pretty good. Next, let's talk about the mic quality in this guy. Now, as I've said, I've been using this for a bit, and I've taken a few phone calls on this, and the mic quality is okay. Now, there was a few instances on calls where the callers was like they couldn't really hear me that well, and I found that was because of the distance I was away from the speaker. So if I have the speaker close by, like, okay, I'm filming this with my Moto X Pure Edition, and let's say I had it paired up, and as long as I had it like right here, this is about what, 1 foot away, then they wouldn't have any issues hearing me if I was on a phone call. But if it was further away than that, they really had an issue hearing me, and I found that I had to bring it closer or just click off the Bluetooth and use the built-in receiver on my phone. So, you know, that's a little downside, but it is what it is. But other than that, as long as I was within range of the speaker and I had the volumes at a decent amount, they can hear me no problem. But because they had issues hearing me, I had to point it out. So the mic quality on this guy is okay. It's not the best, but it's okay. It'll get things done in a pinch, but really, I would probably recommend that you just use your headset speaker and turn off the Bluetooth. But if you're driving and you need to take a call and you were already listening to music through this because maybe your radio in your car is messed up, and so you already had it at a decent volume, I would say go ahead and just use this. If a call comes in, you should be okay. Alright, so the mic quality in this is okay. Next, now I want to go over the steps to pair for you guys. And what's pretty cool about this one is you can actually pair it up to 2 devices at one time and switch simultaneously between them. Now, I only have 1 device on hand today, but I've demonstrated how to do that on multiple videos, so it is what it is. Now, the first thing you want to do when pairing up this guy is you want to power it on, and you get some nice little audible cues letting you know it's on. Power it on and hold till you hear that it's gone into pairing mode.
Power on. Pairing.
Now, on your Bluetooth enabled device, whether it be a tablet, smartphone, or otherwise, you turn that on. You go to your Bluetooth settings. Now, I've already had this paired, so that's why it was already up there. But if you don't have it paired, when you turn on your Bluetooth, it's going to automatically scan, and then you should see this BS3 right there. And you want to click that.
Not connected.
There you go. Now it's connected up, and you're good to go there. So that pretty much covers the steps to pair. Now, let me go ahead and find a YouTube video for you guys. Some non-copyrighted stuff, so you guys can hear just how it sounds. Let me see. I usually had something prepped, but today I felt like I went through everything enough, so I just figured let's just shoot the review. So yeah, that's why nothing was prepped today. So this was really uncut for you guys here today. Alright, so let's just go ahead, find some music here. This will work.
Introducing Google Wi-Fi.
And while the ad is playing,
our Wi-Fi hungry homes.
I'm gonna do this one at 50% volume.
To video calling.
About right there.
Google Wi-Fi. Home Wi-Fi simply solved.
Alright. So that was 50% volume with 3D sound turned off. Now I'm going to turn on 3D sound and let it play for a little bit longer. Then I'm going to turn it back off, turn it up to 100, let it play, turn 3D sound back on, leave it at 100 and let it play. This way y'all can hear the difference. Alright, so turn it on 3D sound. So now it's on. Alright. Alright. Alright, so now let me turn it back off. And we're going to turn it up to 100. And here you go. This is 100% volume without 3D sound. Alright, now 3D sound on, 100% volume. Alright, don't want to play that for too long, don't want to get in trouble with the neighbors. But, there you go. That's a little demonstration for you guys. And I don't know. All in all, I would have to say, as I've said, it sounds good. And as for 3D sound, I don't know. I think it slightly makes a difference that you can hear, but I would have been happy with or without it. You know, if you didn't know it was there, it's still a good speaker in terms of sound. But there it is. There was the demonstration for you guys. Now, let's move on to the Bluetooth range and the Bluetooth strength. Let me take this guy out of here. We're done now. Alright. Now, in terms of range, the manufacturer says that this guy has an operating distance of 10 meters or 33 feet. And I actually found that to be right on the money. Now, my room in my back office here is, we all the way in the back of the house right here. And I found that in my testing, I can have this connected up to my phone and walk all the way down to the driveway and still have it connected and still hear it playing music. And I think that's a little bit more than 33 feet. But the fact that it actually did that is pretty good. Pretty good indeed. Because y'all know, if you actually want to test that for yourselves, you can link up your device and then start walking. And it'll disconnect. Like you'll see on your device that the name is up. Like that. But when it disconnects, you'll just see the Bluetooth symbol. So you pretty much just keep walking until you just have the Bluetooth symbol, and that's how you'll know when it disconnects. And as I've said, that was actually a little bit further than 33 feet, so that's just a testament to how good the range is on this guy. But if you're inside of 33 feet or 10 meters, you should have no problems whatsoever. So the range on this guy is pretty good. Now, in terms of strength, I did have a few issues with the strength, just right here in my office here. But I found that, as I've said before, I have a lot of things in my office that generate interference. So once I eliminated the majority of that, the strength of the overall Bluetooth in this guy got a lot better. But again, as I've said in previous videos, if you're in a place with a lot of interference, it may be best just to use the auxiliary cord and keep it moving. But if you don't want to use the auxiliary cord, you want to hashtag keep it cableless, then you're going to have to try and eliminate as much interference as possible. Then you should have no strength issues. But I did have an issue, so I had to bring it up for you guys here. But in terms of strength, I would say that the strength on this guy is good. Not the best, but good. Now, let's keep it moving. Next thing I want to talk about with you guys is durability. Now, I've dropped this guy about once in my testing period, and it still functions as if brand new. Now, my office here is carpeted. I don't know if you can see over there where my stuff is plugged in at. And this is probably the only area where I've dropped it. Now, it's been in my car, and I've used it while I was driving with Bluetooth connected, because you know you don't want to take your hands off the wheel when you're driving, and eyes on the road at all times, people. So, but I didn't drop it outside on my pavement like I did with the JBL Flip 2. Didn't have any issues like that, but I did drop it on the carpet, and it still functions as if brand new. And it still looks as if brand new, so we ain't got no dings, we ain't got no dents, we ain't got no scratches. So the durability on this guy is pretty good. And with the weight and the build of it, I think it could withstand a couple drops without issues. So durability is pretty good. Now, the next thing I want to talk about with you guys are the overall charge times and the overall battery life. Now, the manufacturer says that this guy should take about 3 to 4 hours to charge. And in my testing, I found that to be spot on. Regardless of what charger I used, it pretty much took about 3 to 4 hours. Give or take a few minutes or so. And I've used the included cable that came with this guy. I've used my rapid charger over there. I've used a regular charger, and pretty much it's going to take anywhere from 3 to 4 hours. Alright, and now, so that was spot on. The manufacturer did a good job there. And one of the ways that you know that it's low is that this red light will start flashing. Now you'll see when I powered it on, I don't know if I showed it, but the light actually goes red, and then you see this blue light here. And when it's in pair mode, you get the blue and red flashing light. But when the battery is low, a red light will flash, letting you know that the battery is low and it's time for you to plug it in. So I just wanted to point that out. Now, in terms of overall battery life, this is where this gets good. Now, the manufacturer said that you should have a battery life of about 5 hours. Now, in my particular testing, I've gotten way more than 5 hours. I've gotten about, I did my testing at 100% volume and 50% volume with 3D sound turned on because I wanted the absolute best quality possible. And at 100% volume with 3D sound turned on, I've found that I was getting anywhere from about 6 to 12 hours of usage, so about half a day. So that was really good. I was really happy with that, and that was at 100% volume. Now, at 50% volume, I'm still on my second test at 50% volume, still on that charge, and so far I've gotten well over 24 hours on 50% volume, and this guy still has juice to spare. You can see it's still flashing like a champ. So if you really gotta find the happy medium of the volume that's comfortable for you, and you should be able to more than easily get a ton of battery life out this guy. So that was pretty cool. And like I said, I'm still on my second test. Second charge at 50% volume with 3D sound turned on, and I'm getting well over 24 hours. It actually hasn't died yet, so that's pretty cool. Now, so the battery life on here is cool. I do have to point out that I figured out how they got such great battery life out of this guy, because the standby on this guy is something vicious. Something vicious indeed. So if you go just a few minutes or so, about 5 minutes, without using this guy, it will turn itself off, and you will have to turn it back on. So I guess that's how they save battery life. And that being said, using this off and on in the week period that I've had it, the standby is actually pretty good. I actually think I had to charge it. I had to charge it 3 times. And yeah, in terms of actual testing, I'm on my second charge, but that first initial charge, and then I put it down because I was testing other stuff, and then I tested it at 100%, and now I'm still testing it at 50%. So overall, I'm on my third charge. Second charge during the testing period, but third charge overall. And I could really tell you guys that the standby is good and the overall battery life is good. So you should have no issues whatsoever when it comes to battery life. And keep in mind, your results may vary. You may use it at different volumes. Again, I used it at 100% volume and 50% volume with 3D sound turned on. You may get more battery life if you turn off 3D sound, but I wanted the absolute best quality possible, so that's why I left it on. So that was my experience with the battery life in this guy. Alright, now I just want to talk about some positives and negatives for you guys. Then we're going to talk about the price. Then I'll wrap it up, give you my final thoughts and a recommendation or two. So let's start off with the positives. Now again, you have a solid build quality. You have a really good volume. You have really good sound quality as well. You got built-in Bluetooth functionality. You have an aux port. You have a rechargeable battery in this guy, so no need to swap batteries. As long as you got a micro USB cable, you should be good to go. And again, you have a built-in mic so you can make and receive phone calls. And you can pair up this guy to 2 devices at one time. So let's say you and your girl is in the car and your radio doesn't work. Y'all can pair up both y'all's smartphones and y'all can switch back and forth songs, and it's actually very seamless. You could do it like that. Or if you just want to bogart somebody off the speaker, you can sync up your phone and just swap out the song, and they'll have that little sad face because you cut off their favorite song. So you can do that too. So that's all of and the battery life in here is pretty good. So that's all of the positives. Now, in terms of negatives, the only real negative the only 2 real negatives that I could see is that I do wish it charged a little bit faster. But for the battery life that you're getting, 3 to 4 hours charge time isn't bad, but it is a negative because I do wish it charged a little bit faster. So that's a negative for me. And the other major negative would probably be the mic quality. Now the mic quality was okay, but it could be a lot better. Coming from testing something like the JBL Flip 2, which has some really, really good mic quality, the mic quality on this guy could be much, much better. Alright, so that's pretty much the only negatives that I have with this guy. Now, moving on, let's talk about the price. Now, I picked this up via Amazon, and I picked it up brand new, and I have free Amazon Prime shipping, so I get the free 2-day shipping, and I picked it up for $30. I think it was $31 after tax, so about $31, a little bit of change. And you guys may be wondering, for that price, can I recommend that you guys pick this speaker up? And I'm gonna have to say yes, without a doubt. For that $31 price tag, you really are getting a lot of speaker here. You're getting incredible battery life, along with all of the things that I've mentioned throughout this video. So, yes, I could definitely say that you guys can go ahead and pick this up. Or, if you're trying to pick up something nice for the holidays, for your loved ones, they might enjoy this. They might enjoy this. So, yes. Anyways, guys, that has been my full review of the Bluedio BS3 Bluetooth speaker. If y'all enjoyed the video, please help your boy out and give the video a thumbs up. That really does help me out. You don't know how much. If you want to see more raw, uncut content like this, because you never really know what's going to happen when I push record, please be sure to hit the subscribe button down below and make sure you click that little bell so you get notified as soon as I post videos on YouTube. Don't forget, guys, all the links to where to purchase this guy at a really good price will be down in the video description. So, and as always, if you know anyone out there looking for some high performance devices and products at some really great prices, please share with them my channel, because I'm doing this for everyone because we all deserve the best. Alright, I hope everyone has a great day, and I will catch you guys in my next video. Peace. And this video is being recorded using the 13 megapixel rear facing camera on the Moto X 2014 second generation. So please let me know in the comments how the mic sounds and how the video quality looks. Alright, I'm out of here. I hope everyone has a great day, and I will see y'all in the next video. Peace.